Bismillah, wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul uqdatan min lisani yafqahu qawli. Rabbi yassir wa la tuassir wa tamim bil khair. Ad-darsu al-thani, lesson number 2, tamarinu, exercises. Ajib anil asilati al-atiyah, answer the following questions. Min aina Hishamun, where is Hisham from? Yes, does anyone remember? Huwa min al-wilayat al-muttahidati. He is from the United States. Huwa min al-wilayat al-muttahida. He is from the United States. Min ayyi madinatin huwa. Which city is he from? Now we know that ayyi is majroor because of min, and madinatin is majroor because ayyi is used as, or ayyun is used as mudaf. So that's why we can see that madinatin is also majroor because of ayyi. Min ayyi madinatin huwa. Which city is he from? Huwa min New York. He is from New York. And we know that New York is the name of the city, and that's why it is mamnu min as-sarf. So it will not accept kasra. The next question is kam ukhtan lahu. How many sisters does he have? Lahu thalathu akhawatin. Lahu thalathu akhawatin. He has 3 sisters. As-su'al al-thani, question number 2. Da', that means put, and this is fi'l al-amr. Da' hadhihi al-ilamata, put this sign, amam al-jumal as-sahihati, in front of the sentences that are correct. Wa hadhihi al-ilamata, and this sign, amam al-jumal allati, in front of the sentences, laysat sahihatan, that are not correct. So we have learned that the past tense of laysa is laysat, and laysa has ismu laysa and khabaru laysa. So here ismu laysa will be the hidden and the damir inside it, which is hiya, and sahihatan will be khabaru laysat or khabaru laysa. Now if there is harf jar ba before it, so it will be bi sahihatin. So if there is harf jar ba, it will be bi sahihatin, but if there is no harf jar ba, then it will be sahihatan. Hishamun min Washington. Hisham is from Washington. Yes, any ideas? Where is he from? He is not from Washington. Yeah, he is from New York. So there's a mistake. Akhawatuhu muslimatun. His sisters are Muslims. Yes, do you remember? That's true. His sisters are Muslims. So akhawatuhu muslimatun. His sisters are Muslims. True. Sahih. Banatuhu lasna bimutazawwijatin. His daughters are not married. Sahih. Yeah, true. Because innahunna sigharun, because they are young. Abna'uhu tullabun. His sons are students. غير صحيح. Yeah, أبناؤه بعضهم تجار وبعضهم. Yeah, if you remember, some of them are merchants and some of them, I think, they have some other professions, so they are not students. أمه ليست بمسلمة. Engineers, بعضهم مهندسون. Thank you very much. أمه ليست بمسلمة. His mother is not a Muslim. That's also true. And then the last one is Abuhu Muslimun. His father is Muslim. Abuhu laysa bi Muslimin. His father is not Muslim. So that is also غير صحيح. That is also incorrect. False. Okay. تأمل ما يلي. Now we have to reflect on the following conjugation of laysa. In Arabic, the word that is used for conjugation is isnad. So in Arabic, the word that will be used is isnad, and in English we say the conjugation. And we know that every verb, when we talk about the past tense or the present tense, it has 14 forms. So we can make the conjugation starting from the past tense, and then we continue from laysa up to lasna to the end. So Hamidun talibun. Hamid is a student. Hamidun laysa bi talibin. Hamid is not a student. So laysa, and we know that ismu laysa and khabru laysa. So khabru laysa sometimes comes with ba, so that is used for the purpose of emphasis, or ba az-zaida. These books, up to the end of this book, the Sheikh has not introduced us to the dual, but I would say we should start learning for the dual from now, so that inshallah, when we do the conjugation of all the verbs, we are able to do the complete conjugation and we don't miss out on the dual. So Hamidun wa Bilalun laysa bitalibaini. So we know that when we talk about two, it will be laysa. So Hamidun wa Bilalun laysa bitalibaini. Hamid and Bilal are not students. So it should be somewhere in the middle. That would be fine. Yeah. So if you put it here, it would be excellent. So Hamidun talibun, Hamidun laysa bitalibin, and Hamidun wa Bilalun laysa bitalibaini. They are not students. Atullabu sigarun, the students are young. And when we talk about the dual, so again, it will be at-talibain, what it would be, at-talibani laysa bisaghiraini. And when we talk about the plural, it will be at-tullabu laysu bisagharin. The students are not young. So laysa, laysu. Then we have Aminatu Tabibatun. Amina is a doctor. And if you want to say Amina is not a doctor, we will say Aminatu Laysat bi Tabibatin. Amina is not a doctor. And when we talk about Amina and Aisha, so we will say Aminatu wa Aishatu Laysata bi Talibataini. They are not they are not students, or Laysa bi Tabibataini. They are not doctors. Al-Fatayatu mutazawwijatun, and the girls are married. And Al-Fatayatu lasna bi mutazawwijatin, the girls are not married. So laysat, sorry, is used for singular feminine. Laysata is used for dual feminine, or for two ladies. And then lasna will be used for more than two. So laysa, laysu, laysat, laysata, lasna. Then we have the second person. So we are done with the third person. Now we talk about the second person. Anta kabirun, you're old, or you are big. And anta lasta bikabirin, you are not big. And now again, we can see over here that when you say lasta bikabirin, the meaning is clear, that you're not old. But anta, when we use anta, then it becomes a nominal sentence. Anta lasta bikabirin. Or the Sheikh is telling us that lasta has inbuilt anta in it. So anta is inbuilt in it. That would be anta lasta bikabirin. Antum jududun, and then it will be antum lastum bijududin. You are not new. Now, if we have dual, so it will be antuma lastuma bijadidaini, right? So antuma lastuma. So for the dual, it will be lastuma. Similarly, anti faqiratun, you are poor. And lasti bi faqiratin, you are not poor. And again, when we say lasti, then it has inbuilt anti in it. And similarly, lastum has inbuilt antum in it. Antunna mujtahidatun, you all ladies are hardworking. And then we want to say that you are not hardworking, so we will say antunna lastunna bi mujtahidatin, you all ladies are not are hardworking. So anta, lasta, and antuma, lastuma, and antum, lastum. So lasta, lastuma, lastum. And similarly, anti, lasti, antuma, lastuma, and antunna, lastunna. And then we have ana mudarrisun, I am a teacher. And ana lastu bi mudarrisin, I'm not a teacher. So for ana, for both masculine and feminine, we use ana. And nahnu tullabun, we are students. And nahnu lasna bi tullabin, we are not students. So we can see here that starting from anta, anta, antum, anti, antuna, ana, wa nahnu, and these are all inbuilt. So we know that these are inbuilt. Whereas when we talk about the third person, hamidun, so when we say laysa bitalibin, so it will be huwa laysa bitalibin. So in laysa, the hidden pronoun is huwa, and in laysat, the hidden pronoun is hiya. And the rest we have already learned over here. So the conjugation will be laysa, laysa, laysu, laysat, laysata, lasna, lasta, lastuma, lastum, lasti, lastuma, lastunna, lastu, and lasna. So you can do it in both ways. You can memorize the conjugation, and also you can learn the conjugation the way the Sheikh has taught us over here. Adkhil, that means enter. أدخل ليس على الجمل الآتية يعني use ليس with the following sentences. الباب مغلق, the door is closed. Now you want to say the door is not closed, and also we have to use ba with that, so to make it more emphatic, so it will be الباب ليس بمغلق, the door is not closed. Excellent. Then we have al-ma'u baridun, water is cold. Now we want to say water is not cold, so we will say al-ma'u laysa bibaridin. Okay, laysa bibaridin. So again, this ba is basically used for emphasis. Okay, Hishamun maridun, Hisham is sick. Now we want to say that Hisham is not sick, so we will say Hishamun laysa bimaridin. Okay. Abi na'imun, my father is sleeping. Now you want to say my father is not sleeping, so we will say Abi laysa bina'imin. Abi laysa bina'imin. So al-bab is singular, so that's why we will use laysa for that. Al-ma is singular, we will use laysa. Hisham is singular, we will use laysa for that. And similarly, Abi is singular, that's why we will use laysa for that. So all of these are nominal sentences. Why do we say they are nominal sentences? Because they all start with a noun. So al-bab, al-ma, hisham, and abi, they will be the subject, and laysa will be the predicate. Ad-darsu sa'abun, the lesson is difficult. Now we want to say the lesson is not difficult, so we will say ad-darsu laysa bisa'abin, and the lesson is not difficult. Al-masjidu qaribun, the masjid is nearby. Now we want to say the masjid is not nearby, so we will say al-masjidu laysa biqaribin. The masjid is not nearby. At-tiflu jaw'anu, and the child is hungry. Now you can see the Sheikh has already given us a hint over here, because jaw'an is an adjective and it ends with alif and noon. That means it is mamnu min as-sarf. That's why it will not accept kasra. So it will be at-tiflu laysa bijaw'ana. At-tiflu laysa bijaw'ana. The child is not hungry, and the reason why it is jaw'ana, because it is mamnu min as-sarf, it is a diptot. اقرأ المثالين, read the two examples. ثم أدخل ليس على الجمل الآتية, then use ليس with the following sentences. هو تاجر, he is a merchant. هو ليس بتاجر, he is not a merchant. هو من اليابان, he is from Japan. هو ليس من اليابان, he is not from Japan. So what did you notice in these two examples? Did you notice something over here? What is new that we are going to learn over here? What is new? So if if the predicate is noun, it's a singular noun, al-mufrad, then we will use ba with that. But if the predicate is shibhu jumla, or we can say if it is a prepositional phrase, or if it is jar majroor, then we cannot use ba with that, because it's not possible to use two prepositions twice. So it's not possible to say huwa laysa bi min al yabani, it will be a mistake. So that's what we need to learn over here, that if the predicate is a prepositional phrase, then we cannot use ba with that. But if the predicate is a singular noun, if it is mufrad, then we can use ba with that. As-sayyaratu jamilatun, the car is beautiful. Now we want to say the car is not beautiful, so as-sayyaratu is feminine, so remember to use the feminine verb. So we will say as-sayyaratu laysat bijamilatin, laysat. So we need to be careful, because now the subject is feminine, so that's why the predicate also has to be feminine. Ana ghaniyun, I am rich. Now you want to say I am not rich, so you will say ana lastu bighaniyin. Excellent. So now if you have memorized the conjugation, that will help you. Lastu bighaniyin, and the reason why we have ana over here, because it is inbuilt in it. So even if we say lastu bighaniyin, it has the same meaning. But when you say ana lastu bighaniyin, it is more emphatic, because nominal sentence is more powerful than the verbal sentence. Anta faqirun, you are poor, and now you want to say that you are not poor, so you will say anta lasta bifaqirin. Lasta. Excellent. Hiya min al-Iraqi, she is from Iraq. Now you want to say that she is not from Iraq, so we will say هي ليست من العراق. She is not from Iraq. Now we can see that Iraq is the name of the country, but it has al with that. That's why it will accept kasra. نحن أذكياء. We are intelligent. Now you want to say that we are not intelligent, so we will say لسنا بأذكياء. لسنا بأذكياء. أذكياء is on the pattern of أفعلاء. It is also mamnu min as-sarf. That's why it will not accept kasra. هو عزب. He is unmarried. Now we want to say he is not unmarried, so we will say هو ليس بعزب. So هو ليس بعزب. He is not unmarried. المدرسون في الفصول. That the teachers are in the classroom. We want to say the teachers are not in the classroom. Excellent. So we will say المدرسون ليسوا في الفصول. ليسوا. Excellent. ليس ليسوا. المدرسون ليسوا في الفصول. The teachers are not in the classrooms. أنت ذكية. You are intelligent. Now we want to say that you are not intelligent, so it will be أنت لست بذكية. You are not intelligent. Okay. أنتم كبار. You're old, or you're old. So we want to say you are not old, so you will say أنتم لستم بكبار. Okay. Then we have الطالبات في المكتبة. The students are in the library. Now we want to say the students are not in the library, so we will say الطالبات لسنا في المكتبة. لسنا في المكتبة. The students are not in the library. So الطالبات, for طالبات we will use لسنا. أنتن طالبات جدد. You are new students. Now you want to say you are not new students, so you will say أنتن لستن بطالبات جدد. Excellent. أنتن لستن بطالبات جدد. You are not new students. Question number 6. السؤال السادس. أجب عن الأسئلة الآتية بالنفي مستعملا ليس. Again, we have to make the sentences negative by using laysa, and we know that whenever we use laysa with a sentence, then it becomes negative. It becomes negatives. Negative. Muhandisun abuka. Is your father an engineer? So now you want to say, you want to answer. You want to say that he is not an engineer. So how will we say? La huwa laysa بمهندس. He is not an engineer. أمدرسة أمك. Is your mother a teacher? لا هي ليست بمدرسة. هي ليست بمدرسة. So for feminine ليست, and for masculine ليس. أطلاب إخوتك. Are your brothers students? You want to say no, they are not students, so you will say لا هم ليسوا بطلاب. Hum, and with whom we will use ليسوا. Excellent. أما مرضات أخواتك. Are your sisters nurses? You want to say no, they are not nurses. لا هن لسنا بممرضات. هن لسنا بممرضات. They are not nurses. هن لسنا. Okay. أمدرس أنت. Are you a teacher? لا لست بمدرس. No, I am not a teacher. أجدد أنتم. Are you new? You want to say no, we are not new, so you will say لا لسنا بجدد. We are not new, so type over here. أجديدة سيارتك. Is your car new? Okay, so you want to say no, it's not new, so you will say لا هي ليست بجديدة. It is not new. ليست بجديدة. Question number 7. يوجه المدرس إلى كل من الطلاب أسئلة يكون جوابها بالنفي ويرد عليها الطالب مستعملا لست نحو لست. So basically وجه يوجه توجيها is to direct. يوجه المدرس, the teacher directs إلى كل من الطلاب, each of the students, أسئلة, question. So here أسئلة is mansub. Why is it mansub? Because it is the maful bihi of yuwajjihu. So al-mudarrisu is the fa'il and as'ilatan is maf'ul bihi. That's why it is mansub. يكون جوابها بالنفي ويرد عليها طالب مستعملا. مستعملا is mansub because it is used as hal. Inshallah, we will learn about hal in book number 3. لست. So أمن أمريكا أنت. So you say لا أنا لست من أمريكا. أمتزوج أنت. Are you married? So you say لا أنا لست متزوج. And then similarly أمريض أنت. Are you sick? So you say أنا لست بمريض. And similarly أمهندس أنت. Are you an engineer? So you will say لا أنا لست بمهندس. Now it's up to you to practice. It's oral exercise. So if you want to, you can write down the answers using لست plus ba with that, and you can write them down and you can practice them speaking as well. السؤال الثامن, question number 8. اقرأ المثال, read the example. ثم أدخل إن على الجمل الآتية. Then enter إن to the following sentences. Okay, لي ثلاث أخوات. I have 3 sisters. أصله, the original form is ثلاث أخوات لي. I have 3 sisters. So basically, we know that the prepositional phrase, sometimes it comes before or ahead of the subject for the purpose of emphasis. So that's why we will say لي ثلاث أخوات. I have 3 sisters. And when you use inna with that, so you will say inna li thalatha akhawatin. Indeed, I have 3 sisters. Asluhu inna thalatha akhawatin li. So the original form will be inna thalatha akhawatin li. Indeed, I have 3 sisters. So now we know that ismu inna is always mansub. So that's why it is mansub over here. And khabaru inna will be marfu. However, it is jar majroor. So that's why we can't say it will be marfu, but jar majroor, as we can see prepositional phrase, then it is a majroor over here. So what happens when we have jar majroor and it comes ahead of the subject? Then we shouldn't be confused after seeing inna, that after inna we need to make sure that the subject of inna must be mansub. Whether it comes in the place of subject or it comes in the place of predicate, that doesn't matter. The end of the day, we have to make sure that ismu inna is always mansub. Now, based on the same pattern, we complete the exercise. Fil fasli khamsatu tullabin jududin. There are 5 new students in the classroom, so we have to use inna with that. So we will say inna fil fasli khamsata tullabin jududin. Right? So we will say inna fil fasli khamsata. So why we have khamsata? Because it is ismu inna, and we know that ismu inna is always mansub. However, the subject predicate, the jar majroor, the prepositional phrase has come ahead of it, and that is for the purpose of emphasis. Lana mudarrisun jadidun. We have a new teacher. So you want to say indeed we have a new teacher. So we will say inna lana mudarrisan jadidan, or jayidan, sorry. Jayidan, we have an excellent teacher. So you will say inna lana mudarrisan jayidan. Indeed, we have a very good teacher. Fi jaybi miyatu riyalin. There are 5 riyals in my pocket. So now you want to say indeed there are 5 riyals in my pocket. Inna fi jaybi miyata riyalin. Excellent. So because of inna, we have ismu inna, so it will be miyata. Similarly, inna and ismu inna will be mansub, so it will be mudarrisan. Fil Hindi anharun kathiratun. There are a lot of rivers in India. Now we want to say indeed there are a lot of rivers in India, so we will say inna fil Hindi anharan kathiratan. Anharan kathiratan. Indeed, there are a lot of rivers in India. Laka barqiyatun fi maktabil baridi. You have a telegram in the post office. Now you want to say indeed you have a telegram in the post office, so you will say inna laka barqiyatan fi maktabil baridi. Indeed, you have a telegram in the post office. So again, after the ismu inna will be mansub. Li alfu dolarin fil masraf. Masrif. I have $1,000 in the bank. Now you want to say indeed I have $1,000 in the bank, so you will say inna li alfa dolarin fil masrif. Indeed I have $1,000 in the bank. Now, on the same pattern, we have the verse of the Quran, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم, إن للمتقين مفازا. Now we can see here that the same pattern, and it's always a good idea to find one or two examples from the Quran so that our learning becomes more, uh, you know, um, it becomes easier, and also it becomes relevant. So you will say inna. The example from the Quran is inna lil muttaqina mafaza. So basically, ismu inna is mafazan, and lil muttaqina is jar majroor, and it has come ahead of the subject, and the reason is it is for the purpose of emphasis. Indeed, for the righteous is attainment, yani success. And then there is a very beautiful hadith. The Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "Inna fil jasadi mudghatan." So again, we can see fil jasadi is jar majroor, and ismu inna is mudghatan, and which is piece of flesh, and we can see that it is mansub. إن في الجسد مضغة إذا صلحت صلح الجسد كله وإذا فسدت فسد الجسد كله ألا وهي القلب. So here refers to the piece of flesh, مضغة. So don't be surprised, like al-qalb is masculine, so why we have here and why not huwa? Because it refers to mudghatan. There is a piece of flesh in the body. If it becomes good, the whole body becomes good, but if it gets spoiled, the whole body gets spoiled, and that is the heart. So that's the most important thing, that we must try our level best to keep our heart clean from all the pollution of the world. That means all the sins that we might commit. So we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to protect us. We have to make sure that we keep our heart clean. And how can we keep it clean? Ala bi dhikrillahi tatma'innul qulub, with the remembrance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Some examples of laysa from the Quran. Alaysa Allahu bi ahkamil hakimin. So now we can see that after laysa, we have ismu laysa, and khabaru laysa has ba with that. And this is not ba az-zaid. This is ba lit-tawkid, for the purpose of emphasis. Then we have alaysa subhu bi qarib. Again, is not the morning near. أوليس الله بأعلم بما في صدور العالمين. عالمين, not alimin. So alamin is not Allah most knowing of what's within breasts of all creatures. A'lama is on the pattern of af'alu, and it is also mamnu min as-sarf. That's why it does not accept kasra. أليس ذلك بقادر على أن يحيي الموتى. Again, laysa, and then we have dhalika, and then we have biqadirin. And then the next one is ya nisa an-nabi lastunna ka ahadim min an-nisa. So here nisa, and for nisa what do we have? Lastunna, yani antunna, lastunna. O wives of Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, you are not like any other of the women. Lasta alayhim bimusaytir. Then again we have here Lasta alayhim bimusaytir. Here alayhim has come ahead of the predicate, or we should say khabaru laysa. You are not a watcher over them. Lasta alayhim bimusaytir. So these are some of the examples for laysa. And in the end we have mufradat, the vocab. Liqa'un, meeting. Masrurun bilaqa'ik, I'm pleased to meet you. Ana masrurun bilaqa'ik, I am pleased to, or I'm happy to meet you. Naharun, and the plural is anharun, on the pattern of af'alun. Barqiyatun, telegram. Jayyidun, good. Masrifun, and the plural is masarifu. Mamnu min as-sarf, as we know, it is on the pattern of mafa'ilu. Jaybun, pocket, and the plural is juyubun, on the pattern of fu'ulun, pockets. And then we have maktabul baridi, post office. Tamma darsu bi'awnillahi ta'ala. Our lesson is finished with the help of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Subhanaka Allahumma wa bihamdika ashhadu an la ilaha illa ant astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.